Let me at the outset congratulate us all on celebrating the International Day for Biodiversity for 2025, which provides us all with a unique opportunity to support the implementation of the Convention on Biological Diversity and its associated protocols. In fact, the objective of that day would go back to the day where the UNCBD was first adopted on the 22nd of May. But this year it's different. We would like to highlight some important messages. First, public awareness, an opportunity for the centrality of biodiversity on all aspects of life on Earth and its relation to the socio-economic part. Second, the importance of calling for all countries to prepare and submit their national biodiversity strategies and action plan, the NBSAPs, and to be aligned with the Kimong Biodiversity Global Framework, as well as its alignment with their national strategies for SDGs, as well as the NDCs. On the importance of synergies among the conventions and at all levels, this is a unique opportunity where we can integrate the core principles of the UNCBD as well as the targets of the Global Biodiversity Framework into the SDGs, into the climate, as well as land degradation, all in one target and all in one ball. Last but not least, it is an opportunity in order to encourage very bold initiatives by all actors, including private sector, civil society, academia, and media. Those initiatives should also be aligned to uplift the biodiversity very high, depending on science, on policy, on ensuring a sustainable livelihood for all people. Colleagues, it is important as well to see how the biodiversity links to the goals of the Sustainable Development Goals, mainly SDG 4, which talks about life below water, and SDG 15, life on land. In an era of accelerating biodiversity loss, there is a great necessity for global cooperation at a very critical time when there are so many conflicts around the world. The global solidarity would be gathered around the global biodiversity framework and the targets to ensure the sustainable management of our natural resources. And this would be quickly linked up not only to the global biodiversity framework, but also to the land, to the air, to the water, to the climate, in a very unique situation that would show how international cooperation and multilateralism can win the game to save our planet. Egypt has been a leader and will continue play an instrumental role in the area of environmental multilateralism. Through our presidency of CBD COP14, as well as our presidency in COP27, we were making sure to gather everyone around the table to ensure the interlinkages between climate change and biodiversity for a safer and a sustainable future for our future generations. For instance, we never thought of ending COP27 and CBD COP14 with our presidency, but also to gather our partners around a goal. And in that respect, enhancing nature-based solution for accelerated climate transformation, the INUP initiative that we co-chair together with Germany in cooperation with the IUCN, is a living testimony on that. An initiative that aims at accelerating collective action in order to work more on NBS as true evidence on the linkage between climate change, land degradation, and biodiversity. We started by launching the initiative And then we came to phases of developing a status report, as well as examples from around the world, in order to give to all parties, as well as stakeholders, an evidence of best practices that could be further replicated and upscaled. And we continue our journey at the national level. Our journey started at the policy level, where we have submitted our National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan, our Climate Strategy for 2050, as well as our NDC. But those would remain strategies without a policy reformulation to implement those strategies on the ground. And from that perspective, we ensure that we submit our biodiversity finance plan to ensure that all resources will be directed to conserve the rich biodiversity that we have, especially in an area like the Red Sea. Our national efforts moved from policy into implementation, but implementation that aims at focusing on people at the heart of the conservation of biodiversity. We were able to integrate the local communities around the protected area, to create new jobs that aims at conservation of biodiversity, but also conservation of their own culture and their own traditional knowledge. And we succeeded to do that around 13 protected areas in Egypt. We continue our journey also with solid plans related to the management of biodiversity, including the private sector to provide services without overcoming the sensitivity of those areas, but also providing a unique experience of ecotourism in different mountains in Egypt, on land, on the marine environment, as well as the community being part of that. And we will continue our journey together, but this journey requires everyone to be there. On the day of the biodiversity, I'd like to give very important messages. International cooperation is a must and will be delivering a strong signal to all the people on the planet Earth that this is the only way if we would like to reach the target of the global biodiversity framework by 2030. Secondly, a holistic approach of integrating biodiversity, climate, land degradation, water, and even the forthcoming plastic pollution into a one basket, where we use the experiences as well as efficiently use the financial resources to resolve the ever critical global environmental challenges that our planet is facing. Thirdly, the importance of the youth and women in this journey would also ensure the quick facing of the adverse impact of both climate change and biodiversity loss. Accordingly, we all have to work together to protect the one and only planet that we have, our Earth. Thank you very much, and wishing you a joyful and a pleasant International Biodiversity Day in 2025.